All right, next thing I want to do for now is I want to pull the speedometer odometer out, and I am going to zero out my odometer. Now the reason I'm going to zero out my odometer is because, first of all, this cluster doesn't belong to this car, so this doesn't represent the mileage on the car. The motor going into the car will be fresh, so I want to show zero mileage. I want the mileage from the odometer to match the mileage on the engine as it goes in. So when we get to, let's say, 3,000 miles, we know that that engine's got 3,000 miles. That way I don't have to keep track of whatever mileage was on the old odometer, and then do math to try to figure out at what point did that engine go into the car and mileage start accruing to that engine. Pretty straightforward on this side. We got these two flathead screws. Pull those out. By the way, these are insulated to the frame. So you see the rubber in that washer, then the screw. Make sure you don't lose any of those pieces. This guy goes to a light, and there's the odometer. Okay. I don't know how these digits got so boogered up, only on this side. Anyway, we start with this clip over here. I'm gonna pull this up. Actually gonna pull this up with my fingernail, and it's hooked on this end here. So you gotta pull this up, push these guys. Oh, forgot about that. There's like a felt pad on these 71s and 2s. That's what's wearing the mark in the digit here. They seem to be a little bit of a pain to get out versus the earlier B bodies. There we go. So you want to keep these guys kind of in a line with each other. All right. This is how it would be in the cluster, and then as you're driving, you're basically, the gear's going to spin this guy, and this is how you're putting miles on your car. We're going to start at the end here at this digit. We want this guy to read 0. So we're going to turn the whole assembly and just hold this first one. As we come back around, see how it's going down. 3, 2, 1. Okay, 0. All right. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go to this next one, you're going to hold it too, and then you're going to keep spinning all these guys backwards. And you'd be doing this even if you wanted to transfer the mileage from that cluster. You know, instead of going all the way to 0, we would just stop on the number. In that case, it was, what, 40-something thousand? So you bring it to the 4, and then spin this guy till you get to your, whatever it is, 2, let's say. You can go in either direction. If you needed to go up, you would go this way. And if you need to go down, you'd go this way. Right? All right. So we got our second 0. So now I'm going to hold the 3 of them together. Okay. And then 4 of them together. Didn't have to go far. No. Here. Hold those. Absolute 0. So that's how many miles we would have on our drivetrain. So we'll be able to track everything. All right, so we're ready to put this guy back in. These gears mesh up with these gears. And you can see the axle here. It's going to go through that hole. And then all these little fingers with these slots, they need to line up to this guy here. By the way, this video is for educational purposes only. Looks like we messed up a little bit. Our first 0 turned into a 3. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. 0.3 of a mile, no big deal. All right, that guy's ready to go back into the dash. So as you recall, we got the gasket here. This guy goes here. All right, I got the original speedometer cable to the car. The cable is basically, it's been like squished to be a square. Basically, it's a square on the ends, and you can see it's basically a spring inside. So I'm gonna put the drill